Excitement was in every engine on the line. They'd been promised 2 surprises by the end of the week. Old and new is what the thin controller said. Finally, one of the surprises was revealed. I have purchased a new engine from America. She'll arrive soon. Oh, there she is. A red engine with yellow accents came into view. She had a large wheel on each side between her 2 smaller wheels, and a nameplate that read Bella.
Nice to meet you all. I'm Bella, and I'm very excited to work with you all.
Peter Sam was speechless. Sir Handel caught him staring. You okay? Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Uh-huh. Bella made a great impression on the railway for the next 2 days. She did what was asked of her, and she did it with ease. Later that week, the second surprise was revealed. And now, I reintroduce Duke, coming back from the works. Grandpa! Sir Handel and Peter Sam shouted. Haha, I'm back, boys. Oh, this is Bella, the new engine from America. America, huh?
Yep, from Pennsylvania.
None to be proud of. You American engines are nothing but trouble.
Oh.
She's not like him, Duke. All Americans are the same. Duke left it at that. But there was rising animosity between Bella and Duke. At the wharf, later in the afternoon, Sir Handel and Bella were working.
Hey, Sir Handel, Duke doesn't like me, does he?
Well, you see, an engine on our old railway kind of left a bad taste in his mouth about Americans.
Oh.
Just then, Duke puffed into the wharf. Falcon? Bella? Still doesn't know my new name. It's not even new anymore. Bella felt uneasy with Duke in the yards. She stared nervously until the guard's whistle blew. She started off shaking. She didn't notice a piece of stone on the tracks and she derailed. Not like him, huh? Let's get you back on the rails. Hey, where's Bella? Probably still hanging off the rails. Peter Sam ignored Duke and backed out of the yards. He went to find Bella. He soon found her at the wharf. Hey, Bella.
Hey. He hates me, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so. But I don't hate you. Bella perked up. I mean, for a tender engine, you know how to shunt. The railway was expecting a visit from the Duke of Sodor himself. He was visiting his vacation home in the town of Skarloey. Naturally, Duke was really excited. It'll be great to see the Duke. Yeah, it's always an honor to have someone like him visit the railway. Duke started to puff away. It'd only be fitting if I were to hold the Duke when he arrived. Bella, he's gone. Bella rolled out of the siding.
Thanks for keeping me hidden.
No problem.
Hey, Skarloey. What's a Duke?
Oh, that's right. You're from America. The Duke is a very powerful man. Just under the Queen.
Oh, he sounds important.
He is. And since Duke is named after the title, he holds things to a higher standard.
Oh.
Sure enough, it was revealed that Duke was the one to take the Duke of Sodor to his vacation home. He was getting polished just before leaving out to do the job. This is a very important job, Nancy, so I must look my greatest.
I know, Duke. You look great.
Suddenly, Nancy dropped the rag she was using into Duke's funnel. She reached down in the funnel to try to grab it. Nancy, it's about time to take Duke out.
But
You've
wait,
done enough,
sir.
Nancy. This is very important. We must go. Nancy watched Duke puff out.
This isn't good.
Duke made his way with relative ease, but something started to not feel right. Duke found it harder and harder to make another puff. Another turn of his wheels felt like a chore. It soon became too much to handle, and Duke stopped between Rheneas and Skarloey. What's the matter? This is really odd. I'll go call for help. The closest available engine was Bella at Lakeside.
Duke, you say?
Yes, you are to help Duke to Skarloey Station.
Yes, sir.
Bella came up behind Duke. The American? This would never suit his grace. I'd just like to get to my vacation home. Bella was silent and just started hauling. It wasn't far, but Duke was getting more and more surprised at how smooth the ride went. They made it to the station with ease. The Duke then took the bus the rest of the way. Duke felt a little ashamed. Bella, I apologize. My actions towards you would never suit his grace. Not all Americans are like him.
Oh, Duke. Who's him?
That's a story for another day. For helping to get the Duke to his destination, Bella was awarded with a new coat of paint. Soon, she arrived at Sheds with a new look. She had swapped red for green instead. Gotta say, I'm liking the new look.
Me too. I actually think I look better green rather than red.
Finally, Bella felt like a part of the family. Bella is the newest engine on the Skarloey Railway. She's from America, so there was an adjustment period. She was fitted with train couplings to better work with the rolling stock on the British Railway. She didn't mind, and neither did anyone else, but she did make mistakes. Hey, watch it, girlie!
Oh, sorry.
Bella, are you upset about something?
Oh, not at all. Sorry, I still haven't gotten used to not having knuckle couplings.
What are knuckle couplings?
They're really called Janny couplings. They got the nickname knuckle couplings because they kind of look like human knuckles.
Oh, cool.
It would allow us to run up to freight cars, and most of the time, the couplings would just snap on. So it was common for us in the US to run up a little harder on the cars. Guess Duke was a little right in that regard.
Peter Sam loved to listen to Bella's stories about America. America sounds very cool.
It can be. Anyways, I've been trying my best to slow down with the cars.
Yeah, for the best. These trucks are very troublesome. They're how I got this weird funnel.
I like your funnel. It's unique. Never seen a flat funnel like that before.
Peter Sam blushed. Thanks. Unfortunately, the trucks weren't enjoying the company of the American engine as much as Peter Sam. They got tired of being bumped about. She's worse than Sir Handel, they said to each other. They decided to teach her a lesson, but they waited. They wanted to make sure it lasted. The weather was seemingly plotting with them as rain clouds began to blanket the sky. The trucks decided now was the time. One afternoon, Bella came into the yard to where her train sat.
Where to?
Lakeside, lass.
Okay, all I need is the caboose.
The what?
The brake van.
Right. We don't have any brake vans, but we have a kind volunteer as your backing engine. Hi, Bella.
Oh, hey, Peter Sam.
Shall we get going?
We shall.
The two whistled out of the yard. The trucks waited until they got to the steepest part of the line. This is gonna be good! Calm down, it isn't time yet. Peter Sam felt the overexcited jerking of the truck. He knew something was up. They started going downhill. Peter Sam turned on his standing gear and lightly applied his brakes, waiting for it to happen.
What's going on? Stop!
The trucks thrusted forward and forced Bella down the hill. Bella, apply your brakes!
They're not working.
They thundered down the line, the wet rails gliding them along. Slam harder on your brakes!
Okay.
A sharp bend came ahead.
Ah!
As if a miracle had struck, the train gradually began to slow down. The bend came quickly though, and before anyone knew it, Bella was already off the rails and in the field. Once the mess was cleared, it was determined that Peter Sam's brakes had locked on, and Bella's underside was badly damaged. The two of them were shunted into the work shed. Finally, Bella spoke up.
Thank you, Peter Sam.
For what? You still came off the rails.
I imagine that the crash would have been a lot worse if you weren't there to stop me. I'm glad you were there to help.
Bella gave Peter Sam a warm smile. Peter Sam returned it. The two sat at the Covensgate work shed together, talking while the men worked on it. Rusty has a pretty soft-sounding horn. Other engines have commented on it, but Rusty paid them no mind. One day, while Rusty was doing his rounds with the maintenance train, he saw a couple of sheep on the line. Rusty blew his horn, but the sheep didn't care.
Oh dear, move sheep, move!
He blew it again. One of the sheep responded with a disrespectful "Ah!" Rusty was a little annoyed. His driver managed to herd the sheep off the line, and Rusty could move again. Later on at the sheds, he told the other engines about it. I've said it once, I'll say it again. You need a better horn.
But I like my horn. I don't want to get a new one.
Do you still want to be held up by sheep?
Well...
Just then, Mr. Percival walked up to the sheds.
Hello, sir.
Rusty, I need you to pull a passenger train today from Crobin's Gate to Glennock, then back.
Yes, sir.
And Rusty was off. Rusty got his coaches and went down the line. On the way, a low-hanging branch hit Rusty's cab.
Ow!
What's wrong, Rusty?
Nothing, just a branch. I'll be fine.
Rusty continued on his way, however when he made it to Glenlock, he blew his horn. Nothing. That's strange. Let's get ready for the return train. Rusty got to the back of the train and was about to make a toot of his horn, but nothing happened. The branch that hit you must have broken your horn. It's dangerous to pull a train without a horn. We'll have to go get another engine to pull this train. Duncan came soon enough and took the train away. Looks like he'd have no choice now but to get a new horn. Rusty's face fell. They made their way back to the sheds. Rusty stayed in the shed for weeks. But eventually, the thin controller came with a box.
Here, Rusty. This is a replacement horn. I heard you needed something more powerful.
The fitters fitted the horn on Rusty that night. The next morning, Rusty was pulling the maintenance train. He ran into the same herd of sheep. Rusty pulled up slowly.
Here goes nothing.
With a blast of his horn, the sheep ran. Rusty was proud,
It actually worked.
and he rode away, and behind him, he left a herd of sheep that had a newfound respect for him. Sir Handel was having a good day. Birds were singing, and the sun was shining brightly. He couldn't help but feel happy and warm. But all that changed when he saw a familiar face. George? Ah, great. That was loathing running into you. What are you doing here? George grinned. Putting you out of business. What are you talking about? They're taking up some of your rails. What? That's right, imitation steamroller. I told you the roads will take over. The guards whistled blue, and Sir Handel puffed away angrily. But Sir Handel's anger turned into sadness. Were the rails really going to be taken out? Later, in the sheds, the other engines noticed Sir Handel's sorrow. What's the matter, Sir Handel? I went into George today.
Oh no.
He just said he was here to take up our rails and pave the road. Skarloey didn't really say anything, and neither did Rusty. The three of them sat in silence. Sir Handel's actions throughout the next couple of days were slow and lackluster. His trains were late and passengers were cross. They complained to the little engine, but Sir Handel didn't hear a thing. One afternoon, Sir Handel was pulling another passenger train, and he came to a junction where he met Skarloey. Sir Handel? You're running a bit late. Yeah, well, what's the point? Roads will tear these rails up anyway. Alright, that's enough! This is not the Sir Handel I know! Sir Handel looked up. Whatever happened to the engine who was so stubborn, so hard-headed, so— Alright, I get it. What I'm trying to say is, this isn't you. Or it shouldn't be. Sir Handel, just because some steamroller tells a rumor doesn't mean that rumor is true. Even if it is, wouldn't you want to work harder? Prove that railways are still needed? Sir Handel pondered. The signal changed. Yeah. Thanks, Skarloey. I've been a fool. I gotta make up for lost time. That's my engine. He picked up the pace and made it from station to station, finally ending his run at Skarloey Station. Unfortunately, the little blue tank engine was still late, and was ridiculed by the thin controller.
You're late, Sir Handel. What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm sorry, sir. I was a fool. I let something George say to me bring me down, and it's affected my work.
What did George tell you?
He says he's here taking up the rails and paving a new road.
Oh, Sir Handel, that's not true. In fact, a stone mine that runs by the roads recently signed on a contract with the railway. We're expanding.
Oh. Then why is George here?
He's just repaving roads that already exist.
I was silly. Sir Handel puffed away feeling a lot better. He saw George passing by his station one day, and he wanted to gloat, but Sir Handel thought he was above doing such a thing. Work on the new branch line to the stone quarry was moving along smoothly. It was expected to be completed in the next week. The engines were excited for it to be finished, especially because work was doubled for them since construction started. Roof tiling was needed for various stations on the new line, so slate was needed more and more. Peter, Sam, and Bella were working at the slate quarry together one afternoon.
Boy, this is a long load of slate. Is this the usual?
No, it's only gotten longer due to the new line.
Well, thank you for shunting my train. Goodbye, Peter Sam.
Bye, Bella. Sir Handel came in soon after Bella left. Still haven't admitted anything? No. Best to do it as soon as possible. Yeah, I know. Later in the afternoon, Peter Sam was in the shed talking about Bella to the other engines. I don't know what to do. Just be yourself, Peter Sam. It's the only thing that works, Duncan interjected. You should prove to her that you're strong. Make yourself stand out, she'll pay attention to you more. Or, be yourself. Yeah, I think I'll try that. Skarloey grinned. Thanks, Duncan. Wait, what? Peter Sam, that can only lead to bad things. Skarloey, nothing bad will happen. I just need to do this to get her attention on me. Then I'll be myself.
What are you in a rush for?
Something about Bella.
Bella?
You finally talked to her? Not yet, but today's the day. Alright, good luck. Bella came to the quarry shortly after Sir Handel left.
Hey, Peter Sam.
Hey, Bella.
You okay?
Yeah, let's get to work. Throughout the day, Peterson was doing more than he needed to. But eventually, that caught up with him. You see those 5 slate wagons? When they come back down, I'm going to haul all of them, plus the rest I assembled.
Isn't the limit 4 trucks?
I can't be limited, Bella.
Okay.
The two watched the slate wagons go down the incline. Then the incline began to strain. Suddenly, the cable broke, and the 5 slate wagons gained speed down the hill. Shortly after they rounded the bend, there was a loud bang. Uh-oh. Peter Sam puffed slowly around the bend. Skarloey, I'm so sorry, After the mess was cleared, Peter Sam was sternly talked to by the thin controller.
Peter Sam, you knew there was a limit and you deliberately disobeyed it.
I have no excuse, sir. Mr. Purcell glanced at Bella.
I know about your thing for Bella, but if it's going to interfere with your work, I'll have to separate you two.
Peter Sam was going to fight back, but he realized it was for the best.
I'm sorry. Maybe one day I'll change my mind, but for now you can't work with her.
Yes, sir.
I haven't gotten to really talk to Peter Sam in 2 days now.
Yeah, a shame. Hey, Bella, what do you think of Peter Sam?
Oh, well, he's kind, hardworking, and the reason I chose to be repainted green.
Really? Sir Handel pondered on this fact.
Oh yes, it's great to be an engine and go steaming along, a puff puff puffing along, a peep peep peeping along, all the people waving as you speed along, a puff puff puffing along all day. We're all so proud to be famous engines and travel through the countryside. We're always brave when there's hills to climb. No mountain is too high. Oh yes, it's great to be an engine as you're steaming along, a puff puff puffing along, a peep peep peeping along. Fly along the rails as your wheels go round, whiz whiz whizzing around all day. It doesn't matter come rain or shine, there's always things for us to do. And in the cold, cold winter time, we're ready. When you light the fire and stoke the boiler, and we'll be there for you. Oh yes, it's great to be an engine as you're steaming along, a puff puff puffing along, a peep peep peeping along. Feel the wind around you as you push along, a puff puff puffing along all day.
Just think how wonderful it would be to live on the magical island of Sodor, helping Thomas the Tank Engine and his friends. All day long it would be like a dream come true. If only I could be an engine too.
Oh yes, it's great to be an engine and go steaming along, a puff puff puffing along, a peep peep peeping along. All the people waving as you speed along, a puff puff puffing along all day. Oh yes, it's great to be an engine as you're steaming along, a puff puff puffing along, a peep peep peeping along. Fly along the rails as your wheels go round, a puff puff puffing along, a peep peep puffing and puff puff puffing and steam around all day.
One day, the Fat Controller came to the sheds with an excited tone and face. I have a surprise for Mr. Percival. It's very important. I need one of you to pick it up from the wharf. Sir, we're about to head out to the wharf to get a train now. Maybe we can take it. Wait, what? That would be marvelous. Come on, Duncan. We have a train to pull. Just go ahead and add more work for me. Duncan did as he was told and made his way to the wharf. There he saw a fairly large crate. He went to one of the sidings and looked for a flatbed. Unfortunately, the only flatbed available was very old. I have to use that! It's so old and I don't think the couplings even work on it. The Fat Controller said it was very important. We have to use what we have. It might be a good idea to have a banker in case it does break away. A banker? Phineas isn't doing anything. We could probably ask. That'll take too long. If it's so important, it needs to be delivered quickly. Duncan took the flatbed and added it to the back of his train. Then he was off. ride was going smoothly until they came to a rocky hill. The hill has always been bumpy. And Duncan was right. The coupling on the flatbed was rusty and worn off. With one good jolt, the flatbed was uncoupled. Duncan continued on his way, completely unknowing of this. He made it to the warehouse and was about to couple onto the flatbed. But it wasn't there. The flatbed! It's gone! It must have broken away somewhere down the hill. We have to find it. Duncan retraced his wheels all the way back to the wharf and found nothing. Looking one more time on the way to the sheds, he passed Peter Sam. What's his hurry? Soon he saw an object in the bushes. He took note of it as he passed it. On his return train, he found the object again, and noticed old, ran-down rails. I should probably move this, so it can be discarded properly. So, he coupled it to the front of his train and made his way to Crow's Gate. Duncan made it to his shed, where the Fat Controller was happy to see him, but he found no package. Duncan, where's the package? I lost it, sir. The flatbed was old and worn and it broke away. I was too impatient and didn't make the time to find a banker. I tried to find it, but nothing. The Fat Controller was most disappointed. Then there was a whistle. It was Peter Sam, and he had the flatbed. I found this flatbed on the line and decided to shunt it while pulling my train. Oh, thank you, Peter Sam. You're a lifesaver. Duncan let out a sigh of relief. What's this for, sir? It's Mr. Percival's birthday. This is his gift. Duncan let out an even bigger sigh of relief. Later, Mr. Percival came to the shed.
Sir, what's the problem?
The problem is that you haven't received your birthday present from me. Go ahead, open the crate. Mr. Percival did. What emerged through the crate was a bright red bicycle.
Oh, thank you, sir. I love it.
Mr. Percival loves his new bike. He rides it everywhere he goes now, but he'll never know that it was almost lost. Mighty Mac had finally returned from the works. They were resting at the sheds, catching up with all their engines.
So, what did we miss?
Well, we got a new engine. The railway is extending to a stone mine.
Wow, we missed a lot, huh, Mikey? Yeah, what's about the new engine?
She's hardly ever here because the sheds have been getting a little crowded, so she often sleeps somewhere else like a few other engines.
We can't wait to meet her, right, Mac? Yes, of course.
Mighty Mac's chance came very soon. The next day, they saw an unfamiliar engine at Lakeside.
Hello, you must be the new engine, Bella, right?
Yeah. Are you a new engine?
No, we've been away getting fixed.
We?
Hello.
Oh, you're a double fairly engine. I've heard of engines like you. I've never seen one in person.
Well, here we are in flesh. Or rather metal.
You two are fun. It was nice to meet you.
You too. Have a good day. She's nice. Yeah, very polite.
Mighty Mac came back to Coven's Gate that night to find a large amount of engines clogging up the sheds. I came here first! Where am I supposed to sleep?
Go to the shed of Reneus.
It's crowded. Listen, we can work this out. Duncan, Reneas, you go to the back of the shed. Same with you, Rusty, under the wooden shed.
The three engines did so.
Then, Skarloey, Peter Sam, and Sir Handel go into the shed. Duke, you'll have to stay outside. At least you're closer.
Things calmed down. Mighty Mac decided to go to Renee's station to sleep. There they found Bella. They told her all about it.
Sounds like it was trouble.
Yeah, Mac and I decided it'd be best not to crowd it up further.
Smart, you know? It'd probably be a good idea if new sheds were built.
Yeah, one where I don't have to be staring at the wall.
We can talk about it with the thin controller tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do that.
The next day, Mighty Mac met the Thin Controller.
You must be Mighty and Mac, conjoined twin engines.
Yes, sir. Pleasure to meet you. Nice to meet you, sir. Sir, I realize the engine sheds at Province Gate have been a little crowded. Should we not have another one built?
We have a branch line being built. It would be a good idea to have more shelves built for it.
Maybe you're right. I'll make sure it's done.
In a matter of weeks, sheds were built from Skarloey Station. More room for sleeping engines was found, and it made a great resting spot for engines building the line. Thanks to Mighty, Mac, and Bella, the shed's dilemma was over. The three engines became great friends. Sir Handel is a short-tempered engine. He can be kind, but oftentimes a small inconvenience will ruin his mood. Unfortunately, today Sir Handel does not get a break. It was early one morning. The engines were getting ready for the day. Peter, Sam, and Rusty were talking excitedly. I hear the new engine is coming very soon.
You mean the engine who work at the new stone quarry?
Yes, I'm very excited to meet them.
Oh, me too. Hopefully they're really useful.
You guys talking about the stone mine I found?
You didn't find it?
It already existed. You were just freaking out that the roads will take over the rails, and it turned out to be the other way around. Sir Handel scuffed. Whatever. Mr. Percival came shortly after.
Today is a pretty busy day. We're finishing up the work on the new line. Bella, Reneus, and Duncan slept in the sheds at Reneus Station last night so they can get to the new line faster. So you might run into one of them as you do your duties. With that out of the way, Sir Handel, you'll take the morning special.
Sir Handel did not like the idea, but he didn't want to complain. This time. Yes, sir. After Mr. Percival gave all the instructions, Sir Handel was out on the rails. He stopped at Glenlock, and that's where it happened. Duncan was bouncing down the line excitedly. Just then, one of his trucks jumped off the rails and wedged itself cozily in the bogies of the coaches. Oh, so uncomfortable, so uncomfortable! Duncan! I made a mistake. I realize that. I'm sorry. Sir Handel rolled his eyes. The cleaning up took a while, and Sir Handel was running late, and passengers were complaining. Sir Handel was indeed cross. Finally, after the mess was clean, Sir Handel rushed to the next station. Then, suddenly... Hello? Speeding, are we? Sir, I'm running late and... The law is the law, engine. I'll have to ticket you. If you do it again, I'll tell your manager and get you shunted. Yes, sir. And Sir Handel slowly puffed to the next station, where the passengers yet again complained for being late, and that just made Sir Handel even more cross. Alright, Sir Handel. Now we have to pick up trucks at the slate quarry. Sir Handel reluctantly followed along. He worked well at the quarry. He could even feel himself calming down from earlier in the day, but the trucks had other ideas. Snap it! Break it! The winch broke. The trucks rolled down the hill and collided into Sir Handel. Sir Handel lost it. This is just great. It's always a good day when you have a train delayed, get ticketed, and covered in slight dust. As soon as Sir Handel was able to, he rushed out of the quarry. Meanwhile, Bella and Aeneas got to meet the new engine. Sir Handel came storming in. "Who's this grape?" The engine immediately snapped back.
You don't have the right to insult me, Dust Bowl.
She puffed away indignantly.
You shouldn't have said that, Sir Handel.
Why not?
That's the new engine to work at the stone mine. Her name's Natalie.
Huh, whatever.
I can tell this won't end well.
Natalie is the newest engine to join the Skarloey Railway. She was to work at the newly instituted stone mine. She barely talked to any other engine. She was solely focused on her work. One afternoon, Peter Sam was waiting at a signal. Natalie was coming the other way. "Oh, hello, Natalie."
Can't talk. Busy.
"You're always busy," Peter Sam muttered. Later, some of the engines were talking about Natalie. "She's a workaholic." "A what?" "A workaholic. Means she can't not work. Busybody." "You could use a little of her work ethic, Sir Handel." "What's that? I am very hard-working." "First time we came to the railway, you intentionally derailed yourself so you didn't have to work. That was a long time ago."
You know, Peter Sam might have a point.
A voice said. Good afternoon, sir. What do you mean Peter Sam might have a point?"
Your work ethic has been lacking, Sir Handel. You could take a page from Natalie's book. You will be working with Natalie tomorrow all day. Plus, I noticed that you two didn't get off on the right foot. This will give you the chance to change that.
Sir Handel puffed indignantly away. Next morning, Sir Handel entered the stone mine for the first time. He was very much impressed with it. Then he saw Natalie.
What are you doing here?
"I don't want to be here. Mr. Percival told me to work here."
Fine. Just don't get in the way, Dust Bowl.
"Don't call me Dust Bowl. And me getting in the way. You don't get in the way." "What are these things?"
They're dumper wagons. There will be more coming soon as the line gets closer to finishing.
Sir Handel began shunting. Soon, under the chute, he was distracted and did not apply his brakes in time. He rolled right under the chute, and stone came pouring down. Natalie laughed and laughed.
And this is why I call you Dust Bowl.
Sir Handel scowled. Later, Sir Handel was getting ready to go to the upper level of the mines.
Sir Handel, be careful. We found tons of stones on the rails. Up there is especially dangerous. You could tumble down.
Okay, I get it. Let me just do my job. Sir Handel steamed up the line. She thinks I need to be told what to do? Well, she's got another thing coming. Whoa! Sir Handel was hanging off the side of the hill.
Of course. Hang on, I'm coming.
Hang on!
Poor choice of words.
Natalie raced up the hill as fast as she could. A cable was attached to the two engines, and Natalie tried pulling the dangling engine back on the rails. Sure enough, Sir Handel was safely away from the edge. Later that night, Natalie rolled up to the shed next to Sir Handel.
Look, Dust Bowl,
Still calling me Dust Bowl? Sir Handel snapped.
Oh, I meant...
Go on somewhere, mine mole! Natalie was indignant.
Fine.
Both engines were very sorry, but they were either too stubborn or too proud to admit it. Finally, the branch line was completely finished. Mighty, Mac, Bella, and Natalie were all signed to run the new line. Though, just like with anything new, there was an adjustment period.
We've been working very hard, Mac. Yes, we have. Let's rest for a bit.
Wake up, you two. We got work to do.
We're already ahead of schedule.
Then you'll be done sooner. But as long as we still have work, we still have to keep moving.
Next morning, all the engines were sleeping soundly. Suddenly, a whistle woke them all up.
Bella, Mighty, Mac, no time for lounging. We have work to do.
She's impossible. Come now, Mac. Let's be fair. She's awful.
She can't be that bad.
Mac and I have been working our bunkers off. And she always finds something to be mad about.
She's just really hardworking. You can't fault her for that.
Yeah, but she's too hardworking.
First things first, you need to take that train to the wharf.
Oh, Natalie, what if we switch jobs? You take this down to the wharf, and Mighty and I, we will work here.
I don't trust you two to work here.
Come on, Natalie. Don't you want to get out more? See more of the main line?
Fine, I'll take the train.
Really?
Yeah, you two don't blow up the mine.
Mighty, we have the whole mine to ourselves. We can work in peace. Yep, let's get to work, my brother.
Mighty Mac worked in the mine happily. They felt liberated. The work got done and the toot in the field constricted to the constant demands of Natalie.
Finally, we can work at our own pace without Natalie nagging. Yeah, haha. Yeah, she's so bossy. Nice to have a break. Mighty, good plan, Mac. Sending her away so we don't have to deal with her. Mighty, what's up, Mac? Natalie's here. Oh.
You two sent me away to get rid of me?
No, of course not.
You two are idiots.
Natalie was harder on the engines after that. She didn't appreciate being discarded. As for Bella and Natalie have never really crossed paths yet. But that's a story for another day. One evening, Mighty Mac was complaining.
She's insufferable.
Well, shame on you. You shouldn't have tried to get rid of her.
Oh, I don't be righteous. If she was working with you, you do the same thing.
She can't be that bad.
Alright, fine. Convince her to work with you. Then we'll see how bad she is.
Challenge accepted.
Not too long after, Natalie rolled into the sheds.
Hey, Natalie. What do you think about taking passenger trains for a change?
Passenger? Never taken coaches filled with passengers.
Well, tomorrow, that's going to change. We're running the passenger service together tomorrow.
Okay, that's exciting. But what about the mine?
Mighty Mac will handle that.
Natalie glared at Mighty Mac.
Fine. You two don't destroy anything.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Mighty whispered.
Good luck with her.
I'll be fine.
Next morning, Natalie shunted the coaches at Skarloey.
All right, looking good.
Thanks.
Now remember, there's a load of differences between trucks and coaches. You have to be gentle. People don't like being bounced about.
Yes, I know.
Good luck.
Natalie made good time. She was very punctual and arrived at every station right on time. Natalie was taking a return train to meet Bella.
So, how's it going?
It's a nice change of pace.
Then Natalie noticed the clock.
You're late.
Oh yeah, I was having a hard time steaming, but...
We have a branch line to run, Bella.
Bella looked confused. Every time Bella and Natalie would meet, Natalie would find something to say. As the sun was setting, Bella and Mighty Max sat in the sheds.
How was working with Natalie?
It was fun.
You sure?
I don't know what you two were complaining about. She's a delight to work with.
Bella, you were supposed to shunt the coaches in the other shed.
Suddenly, as a surprise to everyone, Bella was the one to lash out.
Natalie, I give you the chance to pull passenger trains and you repay me by bossing me around all day. What do you even know about coaches to tell me what to do with them?
The sheds fell silent. And finally, Natalie spoke up.
You're right. I've been awful. On my old railway, I was younger than my brothers and sisters, and they always bossed me around. I guess I took out my aggression on you, and I'm sorry.
Oh, Natalie, I'm so sorry for lashing out.
It's understandable. And Mighty Mac, I'm sorry, you two. I know I haven't made working at the mine enjoyable for you.
Yeah, well, now we understand. We promise we'll work a lot harder, lassie. Yeah.
Thanks, you guys.
The kinks for the three little engines were ironed out, and they could continue working on the line together as a family.